What's up, team? Welcome to the video. We're doing a Q&A. If it's a little foggy, that's my fault. Benedict wanted to have it perfect, and I said let's just run it. Here we go. Looking good, Mike, but WTF, are you smoking? I went back through the video because I was like, huh, what are you talking about? Let's run it. Promise we found like the That's a piece of gum. I actually don't smoke. I don't have, like, I'm not opposed to smoking in any way. I just literally can't inhale things. Cigarettes are just dumb. Like, cigarettes make no sense, but smoking weed should be legal. Great if that's your thing. I just don't like it. 243 LOL, what are you training there? I'm guessing I'm doing this, right? It's a cable pull through. It's similar to a kettlebell swing. It looks a little goofy, I guess. Hip dominant move, glutes, hamstrings. Actually feels really good. Like training a pull through, training a single leg RDL, training a kettlebell swing, those moves feel really good after. I was just so quad dominant for so long and didn't actually start properly training my posterior chain until I was probably 3 or 24 years old, and I just feel and move better as a result. But it's called a cable pull through. Really entertaining vlog. Thank you, man with shoulder. Mike, who you got, McGregor or Mayweather? They're boxing, and Floyd Mayweather is like the, if not, like basically the greatest boxer of our generation. I know, like defensive, picks his fights, blah, blah, blah. Floyd's been hit in the face like 8 times in the last 15 years. And he's boxing against an unbelievable MMA fighter. And I like Conor more as like a human, and I like his charisma, and I like the act he puts on, and I like him, but yeah. If you had to, who do you got? So if I was betting 1-to-1, I'd put like a substantial percentage of my net worth on Floyd to win the fight. Joey looks like The Rock. Yeah, kind of does. Waiting for Ben's wake-up face to be turned into a meme. Someone make that happen. What do your tats say? I've addressed this before in a video. This says offense. I wrote a blog post I'll link below. This says believe in Lumos font with a semicolon instead of the I. That's about the extent I'm going to talk about my tattoos on the internet. No caffeine, Ben? No, Ben doesn't consume caffeine. He's just a natty animal. This guy is lame AF. I guess in line with that comment, there's a reason that this whole video is a Q&A and not a vlog, and that is because post-wedding, post-lame as Mike having like 3 margaritas at cocktail hour, a few glasses of wine at dinner, like I didn't drink that hard. I think I shot the outro to the vlog after having a bunch of drinks. I wasn't drunk. Went to sleep, woke up 9 hours later, insanely dehydrated, just like in awful shape. Got up, start the day, like do a little work, get outside, jump in the pool, like get the engines going. Wasn't happening. Came back to the room, ended up throwing up like an hour later, spent literally 15 hours in bed, just like, it could, I don't want to blame it on like I drank the water or like maybe I ate something bad, because I really don't think that's it. Once in a while, and this happened to me in college a few times, and it's happened since college, after like a night out, I will be so dehydrated that I can't get through it, and I just end up throwing up multiple times. Like, just don't do well with alcohol, which I'm good with. That's actually another topic in and of itself, which is, I don't want to improperly articulate it, and I don't want to make a super bold statement right now, but I'm going to. Drinking alcohol is the worst thing that ever happened to me, or like the worst thing I ever did in my life. Like the only upside was making memories with good friends. Like that was literally the only upside. The lost productivity, the lost like physical health, and not because alcohol is necessarily bad for you, although getting drunk cannot be good for you over the long run, but just the like other things I could have been doing instead of those things. And I drank 3 nights a week for 5 straight years in college, and then like a decent amount post-college, and it was only because that's what my friends were doing. Like I by myself wouldn't drink. I'm not like a have a 1 drink guy, just don't enjoy it. There are many other poisons, if you will, that I would go down that route. Alcohol is just not one of them. And Yeah, it's interesting because it was, I didn't drink in high school until like the very end of senior year because I was very into sports and like not that athletic and didn't want to give coaches another reason to like not have me in a spot. I started because my friends did, and that's why I did it. And yeah, of all the drugs and all of like the things that we could do socially, I think it's really weird how popular alcohol is and how socially accepted it is. Just like it's the thing that's legal. It's weird to me. But I'm gonna make an even bolder statement, Benedict, and say that 2 nights ago was the last time in my entire life that I'll get drunk. Yep, it's happening. July 10th, 2017. Yeah. This is a good one. Mike, people are dying to watch you play some poker. You should do something live at the bike. I'm gonna talk to Jamie and I'm gonna talk to whoever and see how that happens, because I didn't know that was just a thing that you could be like, hey, put me on televised poker. But yeah, I would love to. I don't know how high they play. Like, I probably wouldn't want to play higher than a 10-20 NL cash game, but I'm sure I could sell action. And if any of you want the action of a real knit hack poker player, let me know. Unfortunately, Europe doesn't have Chipotle yet. Everyone says that. London definitely has Chipotle, because that's what I ate when I was there. Most of the rest of England doesn't though, bro.
I've never seen a Chipotle in England in my life.
Even in London?
Yeah, even in London.
You haven't like gone looking for one though?
No.
Mike, you're gonna get yourself invited to that Streamboat 2, September, Caribbean. Yeah, we'll be there. We will be there. I love how like the having someone pay attention to you whose opinion you at least somewhat value, and when they tell you to do something, just how impactful that is. Like finding that for yourself in your life. There's so many people who have been like, I kind of want to like start this vlogging thing. What do you think I should do? It's like, record episode 1, have it up in 2 days, send me a link to it, and like we'll go from there. Like, really? Like, you think I should start now? Like, yep, do it, send it to me, we'll go from there. Like, make mistake, try, fail forward, keep going. And they do. Breeds action, which is just everything. Someone asked about intermittent fasting. They were like, I found you through some kind of video where you're talking about intermittent fasting, but it feels like you never do it. Why is that? Because intermittent fasting is at its core a meal timing strategy to make your life easier, depending on your preferences and your lifestyle. It works super well for people who don't really like breakfast that much, and or for people who like big dinners or often have to eat dinners out where calories are simply going to be higher, so you can stack more calories later in the day. Oftentimes when you see us open the vlog and see me pouring a smoothie, I've been awake working for about 3 hours, have some caffeine, sitting at the computer doing my thing, so that's a form of fasting if I'm eating in a 10-hour window. But yeah, IF, and I am for IF. Again, as a meal timing strategy, it's not magic. And most people who promote it don't say it's magic. Like, it just, I don't know how it's gotten that reputation, because even the more popular men and women, it's mostly men who promote it, are pretty straightforward about if it works well for you, great. If you would rather eat more meals per day, that's awesome too. Anytime someone hits me up and they're like, I want to lose fat, I want to be leaner, I want to have a six-pack, I want to be chiseled, and I want to gain 10 pounds while doing it. It just doesn't happen. Like, to lose fat, to get leaner, scale weight is going to come down. And I know a lot of dudes take pride in keeping scale weight above a certain level. It's like a macho ego, kind of like fake alpha thing, which I've never really understood. But to get leaner without doing steroids, you're going to have to like lose body fat, and even if you recomp, you're not going to gain as much muscle as body fat you're losing, so the scale is going to come down, period. Like, that's just something you need to rationalize in your mind, or do a straight up recomposition, losing fat and gaining muscle in the same block. It's going to take a way longer period of time. It's not super effective. You need to be very disciplined to execute it properly. I don't recommend it for most people. If you're a dude and you don't have super aggressive goals, or a woman for like either, but if you're a dude in the 12 to 13% range or a woman in the 19 to 20% range, recomping could make sense for you, but for most people it just doesn't. So if you want to get leaner, if you want that six-pack, the scale is going to have to come down too. In that vein, let's address this. What exercises should I be doing to get a six-pack? None. Like nutrition, getting leaner, that's what's going to lead to your abs showing. Yes, training your abs directly is going to lead to abdominal hypertrophy over time, which will make your abs show through at a slightly higher body fat percentage, but most of your progress in getting a six-pack is gonna come from getting leaner, losing body fat, being 166 pounds soaking wet like I am right now. Yeah. Hey Mike, been watching your vlogs, cool and unique content. How did you start your career? I have a passion for nutrition and health in general, just don't know how to make a living. Thanks, man. So I started my career as an accountant. I got a master's in accounting from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Made that decision when I was 19, which I think is silly that we live in, at least in the States, a system where you have to decide what you're going to do for the rest of your life that early, because who knows anything at 19 years old. Post-college, started the accounting job. I actually interned at the company, didn't like my internship, knew I wasn't gonna like the job, but I didn't know what other options there were. Started the job, was working the job, was saving up to quit the job. Black Friday happened, online poker world collapsed, lost 40% of my net worth, was in a position where I could no longer quit my job, kept grinding, kept like saving money, and quit when I was 24 years old, launched my ontheregimen.com blog, moved to New York City, got an internship with John Romanello, instantly started training clients in the gym. I'd been training, like I was living in Chicago for a little while, but like while I was bridging that gap, figuring out what I was gonna do, and I was training a couple friends in the gym, my buddy Vacanti, who I went to college with, like guys who just knew like fitness is your thing, wanna help me out, and I was like, yes, absolutely. And then when I was in New York City, training at Structure Personal Fitness, taking on one-on-one clients in the city as an independent trainer, and continuing to pump out content. And again, I've talked about this before, but just don't know how to make a living. I never, ever thought about things from the revenue side. It was never, what can I do to have a certain lifestyle? It was, I feel strongly about weightlifting and diet and how those impact humans physically and psychologically. And so I want to share my experiences around those things and learn as much as I can about those things. And like sharing just kind of came naturally. Started writing because I saw people with blogs. Just give all your best shit away for free and you'll have an audience. If you're good enough and you work hard enough, you'll have an audience and you can monetize. That's it. For like the business advice, I'm not the guy to go to. Like, there's plenty of guys who know about funnels and click rates and I don't know, banner ads and whatever else, but like helping people solve a problem that you're skilled at and that they need and like working hard at it over time will lead to good things. Since I addressed that, I'm thinking if there's anything else I want to say. And there kind of is, because there's more. Like, you need to be relentless in not caring what other people think about your pursuit of that career too. Specifically because using social media to build a brand and to help people is so different from using social media to PR yourself and try to like make people think you're cool, that you have to just not care about how most people use it so aggressively and go the complete opposite direction and bring a cameraman to a wedding so you can keep daily vlogging. Like you just need to be tunnel visioned in your focus and your execution. Posting on Instagram not to get likes but to actually help people. Like, yeah, it's a real mindset shift, and it's one that most people won't ever make. Even the people who say they want to make it won't make it because it's not easy. Because we're like in yesterday's video, I talked about post-workout eating breakfast, not vlogging breakfast because I was with a crew of 12 dudes that I didn't know like everyone that well, and like no one else was doing the content stuff, and so I just kind of wasn't. That's a mistake, like battling through that mindset. Or if that's all you have around you, finding new groups of people to add to your life that have similar goals, like that's gonna help too. But it's an all-in mentality on doing the things that are gonna lead to the result that you want. We're gonna wrap the vlog here. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button if you liked the video. See you tomorrow.